In this book, you will learn how to take control of the most important aspects of your life. Do you ever find yourself saying things you don't mean, overthinking everything, letting your emotions get the best of you, or struggling with money? If you're tired of feeling out of control in these areas, this book is for you. This book is all about practical, actionable steps you can take to master these 4 key areas: speaking with intention, controlling your thoughts, managing your emotions, and making smarter financial decisions. You'll learn how to think before you speak, how to stay calm when emotions run high, and how to break free from bad financial habits. As you read, you'll discover simple techniques and mindsets that will help you grow into someone who is calm, confident, and in control. Imagine the power of making decisions that align with your true values and goals. How would your life change? By the end of this book, you will become a person who can make better choices, control your reactions, and create lasting success in all areas of your life. Ready to start this journey? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Power of Words. Words are one of the most powerful tools at your disposal, and the way you use them shapes your reality. Whether you're speaking to someone you care about, a colleague, or even yourself, the words you choose determine the outcome of every conversation. Words are not just sounds strung together. They have energy and can create shifts in emotion, thought, and action. How you communicate has the ability to motivate, inspire, or tear someone down. Every word has an effect on the listener, and it can stay with them long after the conversation is over. Understanding the power of words means recognizing their impact on both your personal life and the lives of those around you. It's not just about the words themselves, but how they are said, the tone used, and the intentions behind them. When you choose your words carefully, you have the ability to open doors, build trust, and create lasting connections. On the flip side, careless or harsh words can damage relationships and cause long-lasting emotional harm. The more you become aware of this, the better you'll be at communicating in a way that uplifts and empowers others. With the right words, you can encourage someone to believe in themselves, to strive for better, and to take action they might never have considered. But you can also break someone's confidence with a single sentence, so it's important to use your words responsibly. Words should be used thoughtfully and with purpose, whether in casual conversation or serious discussions. Being mindful of the weight your words carry can change your entire approach to communication, transforming you into someone who is respected and trusted. Someone who knows how to make an impact without causing harm. Chapter 2. Speak less, listen more. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget the value of silence. Everyone wants to share their opinions, express their ideas, and be heard. While speaking is important, learning to listen is far more valuable. Speaking less and listening more isn't just about being quiet, it's about being present, engaged, and aware of the world around you. Listening is one of the most underappreciated skills in communication, yet it's often the key to understanding, connection, and growth. When you speak less and listen more, you open yourself to learning, growth, and deeper relationships. Listening allows you to fully absorb what someone else is saying without forming judgments or preparing your response while they are talking. It allows you to hear the meaning behind the words, to sense the emotion, and to understand their perspective. This deeper level of listening creates a space for genuine connection. It also provides insight into other people's needs, desires, and concerns, which can make you a more empathetic and thoughtful communicator. In relationships, whether personal or professional, being a good listener is essential. People appreciate being heard. When you listen to others, you show them that their thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter. This can strengthen relationships, create trust, and foster a deeper sense of mutual respect. Moreover, listening helps you avoid misunderstandings and miscommunication. The more you listen, the more you learn. You pick up on details you might otherwise miss, and you gain a clearer understanding of situations or people. The more information you gather, the better equipped you are to respond in a meaningful and informed way. Speaking less also gives you the opportunity to reflect. When you're constantly talking, you rarely have time to pause, think, and process the information being presented to you. Listening forces you to stop talking, think, and evaluate what is being said. This makes you more intentional with your responses and less likely to speak impulsively. Listening also cultivates patience and emotional control. In the heat of a conversation, it's tempting to jump in with your own thoughts, but allowing the other person to finish their point before responding shows restraint and emotional maturity. The best communicators are often those who speak the least but listen the most. They know that by listening, they gain insight, build stronger connections, and become more effective in their responses. If you want to grow personally, emotionally, and socially, make a conscious effort to speak less and listen more. Practice the art of silence and learn the power of understanding through active listening. By doing so, you will become a better communicator and develop deeper, more meaningful connections. Chapter 3. Choosing honesty without harm. Honesty is often regarded as one of the most important virtues in life. It's the foundation of trust and integrity. However, being honest doesn't always mean being blunt or unfiltered. Honesty, when delivered with care, has the power to strengthen relationships and promote understanding. It's about choosing the right time, place, and manner to express the truth. Telling the truth can be difficult, especially when the truth might hurt someone's feelings. But there's a significant difference between being truthful and being harmful. You can choose honesty without causing unnecessary pain. The key is in the approach. When you're honest, ask yourself if your words will contribute to the conversation in a meaningful way, or if they might unnecessarily harm someone. If the truth needs to be said, it's essential to express it with empathy, sensitivity, and respect. Being honest without being harmful involves thinking before you speak. Consider how your words might be received. Will they help the person grow, or will they make them feel ashamed, insecure, or hurt? It's crucial to strike a balance between expressing the truth and maintaining the person's dignity. It's also important to be mindful of the timing. There are moments when the truth needs to be shared immediately, but there are also times when waiting for the right moment can make the delivery of your honesty more effective. One of the most important aspects of honest communication is that it should be rooted in a desire to help rather than to hurt. When you're offering constructive criticism or sharing a difficult truth, your intent should be to guide and improve, not to tear down. Your goal should be to create an open, supportive conversation where both parties can learn and grow. Even in difficult situations, being honest with kindness creates a deeper level of respect and trust. People appreciate honesty that comes from a place of care. It shows that you value them enough to share the truth, but you also care about their well-being and feelings. So choose your words carefully and always aim to preserve the respect and dignity of the person you're speaking to. When honesty is delivered with tact, it becomes a tool for personal and mutual growth rather than a weapon for destruction. If you can master the art of honesty without harm, you will find that people trust you more and value your perspective. It's not always easy, but the rewards of sincere, thoughtful honesty are immeasurable. You can build stronger, more authentic relationships and create a more positive, open environment for everyone involved. Chapter 4. The Art of Constructive Feedback. Giving constructive feedback is one of the most valuable skills you can develop, both in your personal and professional life. But feedback, especially when it's critical, can be a sensitive subject. If done poorly, it can hurt feelings and cause unnecessary conflict. When done right, however, it can lead to personal growth, better performance, and stronger relationships. Constructive feedback is not about tearing someone down or pointing out flaws. It's about helping the individual improve and providing guidance for better results. When offering constructive feedback, it's crucial to approach it with the right mindset. First, understand that your goal is to help, not to criticize. Your feedback should be intended to offer support and growth, not to make the person feel bad. This means focusing on the issue, not the person. It's easy to fall into the trap of pointing fingers or assigning blame, but focusing on behaviors or actions rather than personal traits is far more effective. The next step is being specific. Vague or general feedback doesn't provide enough direction for improvement. If you simply say, "You need to do better," it leaves the person unsure of how to improve. Instead, give specific examples of what could be done differently and explain how it would lead to a better outcome. Constructive feedback is more powerful when it includes practical solutions or alternatives. Don't just point out the problem, offer a way forward. This helps the individual understand how they can improve and what actions they can take. It's also important to be balanced in your approach. While addressing areas of improvement, make sure to acknowledge what the person is doing well. Positive reinforcement encourages further growth and helps the individual stay motivated. People are more likely to listen and act on feedback when they feel valued and appreciated. Additionally, timing is everything. Giving feedback at the right moment can make all the difference. Don't wait for the person to fail or for a situation to escalate before offering feedback. If you see an area for improvement, offer it in a timely manner while the situation is still fresh. It's also essential to be empathetic in your delivery. Be mindful of the person's emotions and how they might react. Feedback is not always easy to hear, especially when it involves constructive criticism. Approach the conversation with care, ensuring that the individual feels respected and understood, even if they disagree with your feedback. The way you present your feedback can significantly influence how it is received. Finally, remember that feedback is a two-way conversation. Encourage the person to ask questions, express their thoughts, and offer their own perspective. This creates an open dialogue and helps both parties gain clarity. Constructive feedback, when delivered thoughtfully and respectfully, can have a transformative effect on individuals and teams. It fosters growth, development, and a culture of continuous improvement. By mastering the art of constructive feedback, you create an environment where people feel supported, challenged, and motivated to do their best. Chapter 5. Handling criticism without overreacting. Criticism is a part of life that we can't avoid. It's inevitable, whether it comes from a boss, a friend, or even family. But how we respond to criticism can determine whether it helps us grow or pushes us into frustration and defensiveness. One of the most important skills you can develop is the ability to handle criticism without overreacting. First, it's essential to remember that criticism is not a personal attack. Often, people offer criticism with the intention of helping you improve, not to make you feel bad. This is a hard truth to accept, especially when the feedback feels harsh. When we're criticized, it's easy to get defensive, to start making excuses, or to immediately counter the points made. But overreacting in such a way doesn't serve us. it only escalates the situation. Instead, take a step back and breathe. Give yourself a moment to process the information without reacting impulsively. Your first instinct may be to argue, but taking a pause allows you to assess the situation more rationally. Criticism doesn't always come in a perfect package. Sometimes it's wrapped in harsh words or an unfriendly tone. That's why it's essential not to focus on how it's delivered, but on what is actually being said. What can you learn from the feedback? How can you use it to improve? Recognizing the value in criticism, even when it's difficult to hear, is a powerful mindset shift. When you respond calmly, without overreacting, you demonstrate maturity and self-control. This not only helps you process the criticism more effectively, but also builds trust with those who offer feedback. By staying composed, you create a constructive dialogue rather than a confrontation. Another key aspect of handling criticism well is separating your identity from your actions. Just because someone points out a flaw or an error doesn't mean it defines who you are as a person. Understand that everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how you learn from them. Take the criticism as an opportunity to reflect on what you can improve, rather than letting it define you. Learning to see criticism as a tool for growth is one of the most empowering shifts you can make. Instead of taking it personally, ask yourself, what can I do better next time? This mindset transforms criticism from something negative into a valuable learning experience. Finally, remember that not all criticism is valid. Sometimes, people offer feedback based on their own biases or misconceptions. It's essential to evaluate the feedback you receive carefully. If the criticism is constructive and aimed at your growth, accept it with grace. If it feels unjust or unfounded, it's okay to politely acknowledge it and move on. Overreacting to criticism only makes the situation more challenging. When you remain calm and open to feedback, you grow stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling life's challenges. Chapter 6. The importance of saying no. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful tools you can use in your personal and professional life. It's not always easy, especially in a world where there's constant pressure to please others and say yes to everything. But saying no is crucial for maintaining your boundaries, protecting your time, and focusing on what really matters. Saying yes to everything can lead to burnout, overwhelm, and resentment. When you say yes too often, you spread yourself too thin and sacrifice your own well-being. You end up committing to things that don't align with your priorities or goals. This is why the ability to say no is essential. It allows you to maintain control over your life. At its core, saying no is about self-respect. You have the right to decide where your energy goes and what you choose to invest in. If something doesn't serve your goals or values, it's okay to decline. Saying no is not selfish. It's an act of prioritization. It's acknowledging that your time, your energy, and your focus are valuable. By saying no, you make room for the things that truly matter. It's important to remember that you don't need to give an elaborate explanation when you say no. A simple, clear response is enough. You don't owe anyone an excuse for choosing to prioritize yourself or your needs. Saying no respectfully is not about being rude. It's about being honest and assertive. When you set boundaries and say no, you teach others how to respect your time and space. This in turn helps to create more fulfilling and respectful relationships. Saying no also allows you to focus on your own growth. It gives you the space to say yes to the opportunities that align with your values and aspirations. It helps you concentrate on what's truly important, whether that's personal growth, career development, or simply taking care of yourself. It's a way of acknowledging that you can't do everything and that's perfectly okay. Saying no can be difficult at first, especially if you're used to always saying yes. But the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. You'll realize that saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who values themselves, their time, and their energy. It's a tool that allows you to live more intentionally, with a clearer focus on the things that truly matter to you. Learning to say no is an essential skill for anyone who wants to live a life of balance, fulfillment, and purpose. It's not about rejecting others, it's about accepting yourself and your own needs. By mastering the art of saying no, you create space for the things that will move you closer to your goals and ultimately lead to a more meaningful and focused life. Chapter 7. Words that heal, not hurt. Words are powerful. They can build bridges, spark change, and inspire greatness. But they can also destroy relationships, create barriers, and leave wounds that last a lifetime. Every time you speak, you have the choice to either lift others up or bring them down. Learning to use words that heal, not hurt, is a skill that can transform your interactions, relationships, and even your own life. When you speak with kindness and empathy, you create an environment where people feel understood, valued, and respected. Words that heal aren't necessarily always sweet or comforting, but they are always truthful, considerate, and delivered with respect. There is strength in choosing to speak with compassion, especially when it's difficult. It's easy to lash out in anger or frustration, but that only creates more negativity. Healing words, on the other hand, offer hope and support, even in challenging situations. Sometimes, healing words are as simple as offering a listening ear. In today's fast-paced world, we often feel the pressure to speak quickly or offer advice. But sometimes, the most healing thing you can do is to just listen and let someone express their feelings. By doing so, you let them know that their emotions matter, that they are not alone. On the other hand, harsh words can make people feel dismissed, belittled, or invalidated. They can create rifts in relationships that are hard to repair. This is why it's important to think before you speak, especially in moments of tension. Healing words are thoughtful, measured, and delivered with care. Even in disagreements or moments of conflict, it's possible to communicate in a way that respects the other person's dignity and promotes understanding. Speaking with empathy means understanding that others have their own struggles, fears, and challenges. By acknowledging this, you can avoid saying things that might unintentionally hurt them. Healing words are also rooted in truth. Sometimes, the truth can be hard to hear, but delivering it with tact and kindness can make all the difference. Instead of using harsh or critical language, focus on how you can communicate your message in a way that helps the other person grow, rather than tearing them down. Practicing this skill takes time and patience. It's easy to fall into the habit of speaking without thinking, but the more you practice using words that heal, the more natural it becomes. When you start to see the positive impact of your words on others, you'll realize just how powerful your speech can be. Using words that heal is not about being overly positive or avoiding difficult topics. It's about being conscious of the way you communicate. It's about choosing words that inspire, uplift, and promote connection. Remember, every word you speak is an opportunity to create a positive impact. Use it wisely. Chapter 8. The Foundation of Mental Discipline. Mental discipline is the backbone of personal growth, success, and resilience. It is the ability to control your thoughts, actions, and emotions in pursuit of long-term goals, despite distractions, challenges, or setbacks. Developing mental discipline isn't an overnight process. It requires consistent practice, patience, and a strong sense of self-awareness. The first step in building mental discipline is learning to focus. In a world full of distractions, maintaining focus on what truly matters is one of the most difficult tasks. The ability to tune out the noise and stay committed to your goals, no matter the external circumstances, is a defining trait of mental discipline. Whether it's blocking out distractions while working, resisting the temptation of instant gratification, or staying dedicated to your goals when things get tough, the ability to focus is key. Along with focus comes the ability to delay gratification. Our culture promotes immediate pleasure and quick results, but real success takes time. Whether it's saving money, working towards a long-term career goal, or improving your health, mental discipline is required to resist the lure of short-term pleasures and stay committed to your long-term objectives. Practicing self-control is essential for mental discipline. It means making decisions that align with your values and long-term goals, even when it's difficult. It means saying no to distractions, unhealthy habits, or negative influences that might derail your progress. Mental discipline isn't about denying yourself pleasure entirely. It's about making conscious, deliberate choices that move you closer to your desired outcomes. Another important aspect of mental discipline is resilience, the ability to stay strong in the face of adversity. Life will always throw challenges your way, but those with mental discipline are able to handle setbacks without losing sight of their goals. Resilience is about maintaining a positive mindset, even when things aren't going well. It's about bouncing back after failure, learning from mistakes, and not allowing obstacles to derail your progress. Building mental discipline also involves developing a growth mindset. This means believing that your abilities and intelligence can improve over time through effort and learning. When you have a growth mindset, you embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as threats to your self-worth. This mindset fuels perseverance, which is an essential part of mental discipline. Finally, mental discipline requires self-awareness. It's important to know your strengths and weaknesses, your triggers and your limits. Self-awareness helps you stay grounded and make decisions that are in line with your values and goals. It allows you to recognize when you're slipping into bad habits or losing focus, so you can course correct before it becomes a bigger issue. Mental discipline is not something you're born with. It's something you build over time through practice and commitment. Start small and gradually build the habits and mindset that support your growth. With time, mental discipline will become second nature, helping you navigate life's challenges with confidence and determination. Chapter 9. The Power of Thought Awareness. Your mind is a powerful tool, but it can also be your biggest enemy if you're not aware of how you're using it. Thought awareness is the practice of observing your thoughts without judgment or attachment, and it's an essential skill for personal growth and mental clarity. Without awareness, your mind can spiral into negative thinking, stress, and unnecessary anxiety. When you become aware of your thoughts, you can take control of them. Rather than letting them control you, you begin to choose which thoughts to focus on and which to discard. This is where true empowerment begins. By paying attention to the way you think, you can break free from automatic patterns of thinking that no longer serve you. For example, if you tend to think negatively about yourself or others, thought awareness helps you recognize these thoughts before they snowball into a more damaging mindset. Instead of simply believing everything that crosses your mind, you learn to step back and evaluate whether these thoughts are true or helpful. This skill allows you to practice mindfulness, which is key to managing stress and maintaining a positive mindset. Mindfulness isn't about stopping all thoughts, it's about noticing them and responding with intention. When you cultivate thought awareness, you also develop the ability to reframe negative thoughts. Let's say you're faced with a challenge, and your first instinct is to think, "I can't do this." Thought awareness allows you to catch that thought in real time and reframe it to something more constructive, such as, "This is tough, but I can handle it." By doing this repeatedly, you reshape your mental habits, slowly rewiring your brain toward a more positive and resilient mindset. This process can help reduce anxiety, eliminate self-doubt, and improve overall well-being. Another benefit of thought awareness is that it helps you identify your core beliefs. We all have deep-rooted beliefs about ourselves, the world, and others that guide how we think and behave. Thought awareness shines a light on these beliefs, helping you see whether they are empowering or limiting. For instance, if you believe that you'll never be successful, that thought will influence your actions and decision-making. However, if you become aware of this thought and challenge it, you open the door to new possibilities and greater self-confidence. Thought awareness also contributes to emotional regulation. Your thoughts and emotions are closely linked, and when you become aware of your thoughts, you become more attuned to your emotional state. You begin to notice when you're spiraling into negative emotions like anger, frustration, or sadness. With this awareness, you can take proactive steps to manage those emotions before they take over. Practicing thought awareness isn't something that happens overnight. It requires patience and consistency, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes to recognize your thoughts and respond in a way that aligns with your goals and values. When you master this skill, you unlock the ability to shape your reality from the inside out. Chapter 10. Breaking the cycle of overthinking. Overthinking can be paralyzing. It's the endless loop of thoughts that goes round and round, analyzing, reanalyzing, and never coming to a resolution. It's a cycle that can trap you in indecision, stress, and mental exhaustion. Breaking free from overthinking requires recognizing that you are in control of your thoughts, not the other way around. The first step in breaking the cycle is acknowledging that you're overthinking. It sounds simple, but many people don't even realize when they're trapped in a cycle of endless thoughts. You might start by noticing physical symptoms like anxiety, tension, or restlessness. These physical signs are often indicators that your mind is running overtime. Once you're aware that you're overthinking, you can take steps to break the cycle. One of the most effective strategies is to pause and take a deep breath. This helps you step out of the mental fog and regain clarity. Overthinking thrives in a state of mental chaos, so grounding yourself with a few slow breaths can help you regain focus. Another useful technique is to set a time limit for decision-making. Overthinking often happens when you get stuck in the loop of trying to make the perfect decision. But the truth is, there's no such thing as a perfect decision. If you keep waiting for the ideal choice to appear, you'll end up stuck in indecision. Set a timer for yourself to make decisions, whether big or small. Give yourself a few minutes to think things through, and then commit to your decision. This prevents your mind from spiraling into endless analysis. It's also essential to challenge your thoughts when you catch yourself overthinking. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is there any evidence to support this thought? What's the worst that could happen, and how would I handle it? By questioning your thoughts, you can begin to shift your perspective. Most of the time, overthinking is rooted in fear or insecurity. By challenging these thoughts, you free yourself from the unnecessary burden of doubt and fear. Practicing mindfulness can also help break the cycle of overthinking. When you focus on the present moment, you redirect your attention away from the past or future. Overthinking often stems from dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about what might happen in the future. By grounding yourself in the present, you create space for peace and clarity. If overthinking persists, it may be helpful to journal your thoughts. Writing down your worries can provide a sense of relief and help you identify patterns in your thinking. It's also a way to externalize your thoughts and gain perspective. Often when you see your thoughts on paper, you realize how irrational or exaggerated they are. Finally, practice self-compassion. Overthinking can be a sign of self-doubt, and the last thing you need in those moments is more criticism. Be kind to yourself and recognize that everyone experiences overthinking at some point. Instead of beating yourself up, offer yourself reassurance. Breaking the cycle of overthinking isn't about eliminating all thoughts, it's about learning how to manage them and prevent them from taking control of your life. The more you practice these strategies, the easier it becomes to break free from the cycle and find mental clarity. Chapter 11. Focus and eliminate distractions. In a world full of constant noise, distractions are everywhere. From the ping of notifications to the hum of background conversations, it's harder than ever to focus on the task at hand. Yet, the ability to focus is one of the most important skills you can develop for personal and professional success. When you learn to block out distractions and stay focused, you gain control over your time, your work, and ultimately your life. The first step to enhancing focus is understanding that distractions are not just external, they are internal too. Your mind is constantly jumping from one thought to another, and this mental clutter can be just as distracting as your phone buzzing. Learning to quiet your mind is key to improving focus. One way to do this is through mindfulness practices, like deep breathing or meditation. These techniques help train your brain to return to the present moment, no matter how many thoughts try to pull you away. Another important step is identifying what truly distracts you. Is it your phone, social media, a noisy environment? Once you know what's pulling your attention away from what matters, you can take action to minimize these distractions. If your phone is a constant source of disruption, turn off non-essential notifications or put it on Do Not Disturb mode. If the environment is a problem, try to create a dedicated workspace where you can concentrate. Another effective strategy is time blocking. Instead of trying to juggle multiple tasks at once, dedicate specific blocks of time to one thing. Whether it's work, exercise, or leisure, focus solely on that task during that period. By creating time for focused activity, you can get more done in less time and reduce the urge to multitask, which often leads to more distractions. Eliminating distractions isn't about forcing yourself into constant productivity, it's about being intentional with your attention. Focus is a skill, not an innate talent, and like any skill, it requires practice. Start small, perhaps by focusing for just 10 or 15 minutes on one task, and gradually increase the amount of time as your ability to concentrate improves. Another important factor in eliminating distractions is setting clear boundaries. When you commit to focusing on a task, communicate that to the people around you. Let them know that you need uninterrupted time to get your work done. Setting boundaries not only helps you focus, but also teaches others to respect your time. Focus and distractions are often two sides of the same coin. The more intentional you are about where you direct your attention, the more power you have over your time and productivity. It's not about eliminating distractions completely, but about learning how to manage them effectively so that they no longer control your day. In the end, it's not just about getting things done, it's about doing things that matter with the full force of your focus. And once you learn how to block out distractions, you'll realize that the power to accomplish your goals was always in your hands. Chapter 12. Building mental resilience. Life will challenge you. There will be moments of doubt, failure, and hardship. But it's how you respond to these challenges that determines your strength and success. Building mental resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty, it's about developing the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep moving forward despite adversity. Resilience starts with your mindset. It's about choosing to see obstacles as opportunities for growth. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable, resilient people view them as temporary hurdles that can be overcome. This mindset shift is crucial for building the mental toughness needed to face life's trials. One way to build mental resilience is to practice reframing negative thoughts. When faced with a setback, you might initially think, "This is too hard," or "I'll never make it." Resilient individuals train themselves to reframe these thoughts, focusing instead on solutions. "This is tough, but I can handle it," or "I'll figure it out, step by step." Reframing empowers you to take action rather than becoming paralyzed by fear. Another important aspect of resilience is embracing failure as part of the process. Too many people avoid failure because they fear it will define them. In reality, failure is one of the best teachers you can have. It reveals areas for growth, teaches you valuable lessons, and provides the opportunity to try again with more wisdom. Building mental resilience means accepting that failure is inevitable and learning how to bounce back stronger each time. Physical health plays a key role in mental resilience. The body and mind are deeply connected, and taking care of your body boosts your ability to handle stress and adversity. Regular exercise, proper sleep, and good nutrition can improve your emotional state and increase your energy levels. When your body is strong, your mind is more equipped to handle challenges. Support from others is another pillar of mental resilience. Resilient people know they don't have to face life's difficulties alone. They seek help when needed, whether through friends, family, or professional support. Having a support network provides strength during tough times and helps you stay grounded when things get overwhelming. Mental resilience isn't about being invincible, it's about being adaptable. Life is full of uncertainties, but your ability to adapt to those changes is what will keep you going. You can't control every situation, but you can control how you respond. Learning to stay calm under pressure, to adjust your plans when necessary, and to keep going despite obstacles is the key to enduring hardships. Lastly, practice gratitude. Resilient people focus on what they have, not what they've lost. Even in tough times, they recognize the positive aspects of their lives and express gratitude for them. This mindset fosters a sense of hope and optimism, which are essential for overcoming adversity. Building mental resilience is a lifelong process. It's not something that happens overnight, but with consistent effort, you can strengthen your mental fortitude. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to build more resilience. And with every obstacle you overcome, you become a little stronger, a little wiser, and a lot more capable of handling whatever comes next. Chapter 13. The Value of Mindful Decision-Making. Every day we make countless decisions, some big, some small, but most of these decisions happen automatically, driven by habit, emotion, or the influence of others. Yet, when we make decisions without awareness, we often end up regretting them later. Mindful decision-making changes that. It's about slowing down and being present in the moment, taking time to truly assess your options before acting. This approach allows you to make choices based on what truly matters to you, not just your impulses or reactions. The first step in mindful decision-making is to pause. When faced with a decision, take a deep breath and give yourself a moment. This brief pause allows your mind to shift from automatic reactions to conscious thought. It's easy to be caught up in the rush of daily life, But when you slow down, you can better analyze the situation and its potential consequences. After taking a moment, you need to assess your values. What is important to you? What do you stand for? Every decision you make should align with these values. If your choices don't reflect who you are or who you want to be, you may find yourself on a path that doesn't fulfill you. For instance, choosing to work late every night at the expense of family time may bring short-term success, but in the long run, it could cost you your relationships and well-being. Mindful decision-making requires an honest assessment of your priorities. Another key aspect is recognizing emotional influences. Often we make decisions based on emotions like fear, anger, or excitement, without fully understanding why we feel the way we do. When you're mindful, you can step back and acknowledge your emotional state, which allows you to make a more balanced decision. Are you acting out of fear of missing an opportunity, or are you genuinely considering what's best for you? By understanding your emotions, you make decisions that align with your long-term goals, not just immediate emotional reactions. Next, seek clarity. In moments of uncertainty, it's easy to rush into decisions simply to get it over with, but rushing only increases the likelihood of regret. Take time to gather information, weigh the pros and cons, and consider potential outcomes. The more you understand the decision at hand, the more confident you'll feel in making the right choice. Part of mindful decision-making is also accepting the consequences of your choices. There is no perfect decision, and sometimes the outcomes won't be as expected. Rather than regretting your decision, learn from it. Understand what worked and what didn't. This reflection process ensures you grow from each decision you make, improving your decision-making skills over time. Mindful decision-making doesn't mean making the perfect choice every time. It's about making conscious choices that reflect your true self and align with your goals. It's about slowing down, assessing your options, and being willing to learn from every decision you make. With practice, you'll find that your decisions become more intentional, thoughtful, and fulfilling. Chapter 14. The role of gratitude in mental control. Gratitude is often overlooked as a simple feel-good practice, but its impact on mental control is profound. When you make gratitude a part of your daily life, it changes how you view the world, your circumstances, and even yourself. It has the power to shift your mindset, strengthen your mental resilience, and increase your overall sense of well-being. The practice of gratitude begins with acknowledging the positive aspects of your life, no matter how small they may seem. In a world that often focuses on what's missing or what's wrong, gratitude shifts your focus to what's present and good. This shift can help you overcome negative thinking patterns and regain control over your emotions. Gratitude works by rewiring your brain. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude activates the brain's reward center, releasing dopamine and serotonin, chemicals responsible for happiness and pleasure. These chemicals improve your mood and foster a positive outlook. Over time, the more you focus on gratitude, the easier it becomes to feel positive emotions, even in challenging situations. By focusing on what you have, rather than what you lack, you train your mind to be less reactive to external circumstances. This is crucial for mental control. When faced with stress, anxiety, or frustration, instead of spiraling into negative thoughts, you can choose to practice gratitude. This simple shift in perspective helps you regain your calm and focus. For example, if you're stuck in traffic and feeling frustrated, rather than focusing on the inconvenience, take a moment to appreciate the things you're grateful for: your health, your home, your loved ones. By shifting your focus, you take back control of your mood and mindset. Gratitude also enhances emotional regulation. When you're grateful, it's harder for negative emotions like anger, resentment, or sadness to take hold. Gratitude acts as a buffer, helping you respond to situations more calmly and with greater perspective. The more gratitude you practice, the more equipped you are to handle life's challenges with a balanced and clear mind. Another aspect of gratitude is that it promotes a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. When you cultivate gratitude, you recognize that you have enough, whether it's love, opportunities, or resources. This mindset of abundance helps you feel secure and less stressed about what you lack or what others have. Practicing gratitude creates a mental foundation that allows you to approach life with confidence and contentment. To make gratitude a daily habit, start by writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. They can be big or small. Over time, you'll train your mind to notice and appreciate the positive aspects of your life. You'll also find that gratitude is contagious. It affects those around you, spreading positivity and fostering stronger relationships. The role of gratitude in mental control is simple but powerful. It's about shifting your focus, strengthening your emotional resilience, and taking back control over how you respond to the world. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice, it's a tool that enhances your mental clarity, emotional regulation, and overall sense of well-being. With consistent practice, gratitude becomes a cornerstone of mental strength. Chapter 15. Understanding emotions. Emotions are often dismissed as uncontrollable forces that come and go, but in reality, they are signals that reveal something deeper about our thoughts, experiences, and needs. Understanding your emotions is not about suppressing them or letting them dictate your actions. It's about recognizing their source and learning how to manage them effectively. Emotions serve as internal messages. Whether it's joy, anger, sadness, or fear, each emotion communicates something important. For example, anger might indicate a violation of personal boundaries, while sadness can highlight a sense of loss or unmet needs. Recognizing the origin of your emotions allows you to address the underlying issue instead of merely reacting to the emotion itself. Emotions are also temporary. They may feel overwhelming in the moment, but they do not last forever. By acknowledging this, you gain perspective and realize that emotional reactions are often transient. Understanding that emotions change and evolve helps you avoid getting trapped in them, especially during moments of distress. Emotions are connected to your thoughts and beliefs. Often we experience emotions in response to our internal dialogue. For instance, if you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, you may feel anxiety or self-doubt. Understanding the link between your thoughts and emotions allows you to challenge and change the beliefs that contribute to negative emotional patterns. Another important aspect of understanding emotions is self-awareness. When you are self-aware, you can notice the subtle shifts in your emotional state. This awareness allows you to identify when a certain emotion is rising and decide whether it's serving you in that moment. If not, you can choose how to respond in a healthier way. Being in tune with your emotions also means acknowledging both the positive and negative ones. It's easy to embrace feelings of happiness and contentment, but discomfort, frustration, or sadness are just as important. They offer valuable insights into what needs attention in your life. Instead of avoiding or pushing away negative emotions, you should approach them with curiosity and openness. Understanding emotions is also about accepting them without judgment. It's easy to label emotions as bad or good, but all emotions have value. Even the painful ones serve a purpose by pointing out areas where change or healing is needed. Embracing this perspective removes the stigma associated with certain emotions, allowing you to process them in a healthy way. Emotional awareness doesn't mean being controlled by emotions. It means recognizing them, understanding their source, and using that insight to navigate through life. When you understand your emotions, you become less reactive and more proactive in managing how you feel and how you respond to situations. It's about developing emotional intelligence, the ability to identify, understand and regulate your emotions in a way that enhances your decision-making, relationships, and overall well-being. Chapter 16. Mastering Emotional Regulation. Emotions can be powerful, but they don't have to control you. Mastering emotional regulation is the key to taking charge of your emotions, allowing you to respond to situations with clarity, composure, and resilience. Emotional regulation doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It's about managing them in a way that aligns with your values and goals. The first step in emotional regulation is awareness. You need to notice your emotional reactions before you can manage them. This means being mindful of your feelings and understanding how they affect your thoughts and behavior. Emotional awareness is the foundation for regulation because it allows you to catch yourself in the moment when emotions start to take over. Once you are aware of your emotional state, the next step is to create a space between the emotion and your response. This pause is crucial. It allows you to avoid impulsive reactions driven by intense emotions. Instead of immediately acting on anger or frustration, for example, you give yourself a moment to think. In that space, you can choose how to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting automatically. One key to emotional regulation is rethinking your perspective. Often emotions are triggered by thoughts and beliefs. If you change your perspective on a situation, you can alter the emotion attached to it. For example, if you feel angry because someone cut you off in traffic, you can choose to see it as a minor inconvenience instead of a personal attack. By changing your interpretation of events, you can manage your emotional reaction. Another essential aspect of emotional regulation is self-compassion. When you're overwhelmed by emotions, it's easy to criticize yourself for feeling that way. However, self-compassion allows you to accept your emotions without judgment. Rather than telling yourself, "I shouldn't feel this way," you can say, "It's okay to feel this way, and I can handle it." This mindset shift helps you approach your emotions with kindness, reducing their power over you. Managing emotions also involves learning to express them in healthy ways. Bottling up emotions can lead to outbursts or emotional overwhelm. Instead, it's important to find constructive outlets for your feelings. Whether it's talking to a trusted friend, journaling, or engaging in physical activity, expressing your emotions in healthy ways allows you to release them without harming yourself or others. Developing coping strategies is another important part of emotional regulation. Life is full of stresses and challenges, and it's unrealistic to expect to always be calm and composed. However, having tools to manage your emotions when they arise can make a huge difference. Deep breathing, meditation, and mindfulness practices are all effective ways to calm your nervous system and regain emotional balance. Over time, mastering emotional regulation becomes a practice. It's not about being perfect or always staying calm, but about developing the tools and habits that allow you to manage your emotions in a way that supports your mental health and well-being. When you master emotional regulation, you become more resilient in the face of life's challenges. You're able to maintain your sense of inner peace, no matter what external circumstances arise. Emotional regulation gives you the power to navigate life with strength, clarity, and control. Chapter 17. Letting go of anger. Anger is a natural emotion, but when it lingers, it can poison your mind, relationships, and overall well-being. The first step in letting go of anger is realizing that it is a choice. You may not always be able to control what triggers anger, but you can control how long you hold on to it. Holding on to anger does more harm to you than the person or situation that caused it. It consumes your energy and clouds your judgment, leaving you stuck in a cycle of negativity. Letting go of anger begins with acceptance. You must accept that anger, like any other emotion, is temporary. It will pass if you allow it to. By accepting your anger without judgment, you stop allowing it to control your actions. Instead of letting your emotions dictate your behavior, you take charge and decide not to be ruled by them. Another essential aspect of releasing anger is reframing the situation that triggered it. When you feel angry, ask yourself, what caused this? Is there something I can learn from it? Often anger arises from unmet expectations, feeling misunderstood, or being hurt. By examining these feelings more closely, you can shift your perspective and view the situation in a more constructive way. Practicing empathy can also help in letting go of anger. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their point of view. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but rather freeing yourself from the grip of anger. When you view others with compassion, it becomes easier to release the hold. Acknowledging the physical sensations associated with anger is also crucial. Anger often manifests physically: tightness in the chest, clenched fists, or a racing heart. By recognizing these physical signs early on, you can take steps to calm your body before anger escalates. Breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, or mindfulness can help ease the intensity of your anger and create space for a more thoughtful response. Anger is also tied to our internal narratives. The stories we tell ourselves about a situation or person influence how we feel. Changing these narratives can drastically reduce the power of anger. For instance, instead of thinking, "This person has disrespected me," try thinking, "This person is acting out of their own pain or frustration." This simple shift can help you detach from the anger and view the situation with more understanding. Letting go of anger is a process, not a one-time event. It requires consistent practice and self-awareness. Sometimes, even after you've worked through your anger, it can resurface. Instead of fighting it, accept it as part of the human experience and remind yourself that you have the power to release it. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in this process. When you forgive, you're not letting someone off the hook, but freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Whether you forgive others or yourself, it's a step toward emotional liberation. Ultimately, letting go of anger is about reclaiming your peace. It's about refusing to let anger steal your happiness or peace of mind. By learning to release anger, you allow yourself to move forward, unburdened by past grievances and open to new possibilities. Chapter 18. Overcoming stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety are pervasive, but they don't have to control your life. Understanding the root causes of these feelings is the first step toward overcoming them. Stress often arises from external pressures, work, relationships, finances, while anxiety is more related to our internal worries about the future. Both stem from a sense of uncertainty and lack of control. One of the most effective ways to overcome stress and anxiety is to address the thoughts that fuel them. Often we exaggerate situations in our minds, imagining worst-case scenarios. These irrational thoughts amplify stress and anxiety, making them harder to manage. Challenging these thoughts and asking yourself, "What's the worst that could happen?" can help you put things into perspective. When you face the worst-case scenario in your mind, you realize it's often not as dire as you initially believed. Managing stress also involves setting boundaries. Many people feel overwhelmed because they take on too much. Saying no to tasks or requests that drain your energy is essential. You don't have to be available for everyone all the time. Learning to protect your time and energy is a key strategy for reducing stress. Another powerful way to overcome stress and anxiety is by focusing on the present moment. Both stress and anxiety often arise when we dwell on the past or worry about the future. Practicing mindfulness can help you break this cycle. By grounding yourself in the present moment and paying attention to your breath, your surroundings, or even your senses, you can shift your focus away from overwhelming thoughts. Exercise is also a highly effective way to combat stress. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. Whether it's a walk, a workout, or yoga, movement helps reduce the intensity of stress and anxiety. Even short bursts of exercise can make a big difference in how you feel. Relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and progressive muscle relaxation can help calm your nervous system. These practices activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the stress response, promoting relaxation and a sense of calm. Sleep is another critical factor in managing stress. When we're sleep deprived, our bodies and minds are more susceptible to stress. Ensuring that you get adequate rest is essential for mental clarity, emotional regulation, and resilience. Establishing a bedtime routine and prioritizing sleep hygiene can significantly improve your ability to handle stress. Talking about your feelings with someone you trust can also be a game changer. Bottling up stress and anxiety only amplifies their intensity. Sometimes just expressing what's on your mind can provide relief and offer a new perspective. Social support plays a crucial role in emotional well-being. Finally, remember that overcoming stress and anxiety is a process, not a quick fix. Be patient with yourself. There will be days when stress feels overwhelming, but you have the tools and the power to manage it. By focusing on the present, challenging negative thoughts, setting boundaries, and practicing self-care, you can reclaim control over your life and reduce the hold that stress and anxiety have on you. Chapter 19. The impact of positive thinking on mood. Positive thinking is not about ignoring life's challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see the good, even when things aren't going well. Our mindset shapes our reality, and by focusing on the positive aspects of life, we can influence our mood, mental health, and overall outlook. When you actively practice positive thinking, it has a profound impact on your mood. It boosts your mood by shifting your attention to the positive events in your life, no matter how small. Instead of dwelling on the negative, positive thinking encourages you to look for solutions and embrace hope. One of the most powerful effects of positive thinking is its ability to reduce stress. When faced with stressful situations, we often tend to focus on what could go wrong. However, positive thinkers look at challenges as opportunities to grow rather than threats to their well-being. This shift in perspective lowers the anxiety that stress typically brings. Positive thinking also helps you build resilience. Life doesn't always go as planned, but how you react to setbacks determines your success. Positive thinkers are more likely to bounce back from failures because they view obstacles as temporary and solvable. They trust their ability to handle whatever comes their way, which keeps their mood stable. The power of positive thinking is backed by science. Studies show that when we focus on positive thoughts, we experience an increase in the production of serotonin and endorphins, chemicals that improve our mood and overall sense of well-being. These natural mood enhancers contribute to a more positive outlook on life. Another important aspect of positive thinking is its impact on relationships. When you maintain a positive attitude, you're more likely to attract others who share the same energy. Positive thinkers radiate warmth, optimism, and encouragement, which draws people in. This strengthens your social connections, further boosting your happiness and sense of belonging. Positive thinking also helps in overcoming negative self-talk, which can greatly affect your mood. Negative thoughts like "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed" create feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Positive thinking counters this by promoting affirmations like "I am capable" and "I can achieve my goals." Over time, these affirmations replace negative thoughts and boost your self-esteem. Practicing gratitude is a powerful tool within positive thinking. When you regularly focus on what you're thankful for, it helps you shift away from complaints or frustrations. Gratitude rewires your brain to focus on the positive aspects of your life, creating a sense of peace and contentment. The impact of positive thinking isn't limited to the mind, it also affects the body. Research has shown that positive thinkers tend to have better physical health, including a stronger immune system, lower blood pressure, and improved heart health. This is because a positive mindset reduces stress and its harmful effects on the body. However, cultivating positive thinking isn't always easy, especially when life feels overwhelming. It takes practice and commitment to train your mind to focus on the good. But with time, you can strengthen your positive thinking muscle. Start small. Each day, try to find 3 things you're grateful for, or look for the silver lining in a challenging situation. Over time, this practice will enhance your mood and transform your mental and emotional health. Positive thinking doesn't eliminate life's challenges, but it makes you more equipped to handle them. By focusing on the good, you create a more resilient, optimistic mindset that lifts your mood and overall quality of life. Chapter 20. Building patience in a fast-paced world. In today's world, patience is often in short supply. We live in a fast-paced society where everything is expected to happen instantly. Whether it's getting information at the click of a button, receiving instant replies on social media, or expecting immediate results from our hard work, we've become accustomed to instant gratification. However, patience is an essential skill that we need to cultivate if we want to live a fulfilling and balanced life. Building patience starts with understanding that not everything happens on our timeline. Life unfolds at its own pace, and things often take longer than we expect. Embracing this reality can help shift your perspective and reduce the frustration that comes from impatience. One of the first steps in building patience is slowing down. We're constantly moving from one task to the next, and this rush can make us impatient. Try to take moments throughout the day to pause and breathe. This practice can help you reconnect with the present moment and give you a sense of control over your reactions. Instead of reacting impulsively, you learn to respond with thoughtfulness and calm. Patience also requires self-awareness. Recognizing when you're becoming impatient is crucial in developing the ability to manage it. Pay attention to the signs of impatience, such as irritation or restlessness. Once you become aware of these feelings, you can take a step back, reframe the situation, and remind yourself that waiting or delay is a part of life. Mindfulness is another powerful tool in building patience. When you practice mindfulness, you bring your focus to the present moment rather than worrying about what's ahead or what's not going well. This shift in focus can help you accept the natural flow of life without getting frustrated by delays. In addition, practicing empathy can make patience easier to build. When you understand that others are also facing challenges, you're more likely to be patient with them. Whether it's waiting for someone to finish a task or being patient in a conversation, empathy helps you respond with kindness and understanding. Reframing your thoughts is also crucial. Instead of seeing waiting as a waste of time, view it as an opportunity for growth. Maybe the delay is giving you time to reflect, rest, or plan your next move. By changing how you view waiting, you transform it from an obstacle into a productive moment. Another effective strategy for building patience is setting realistic expectations. When you expect instant results, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Life takes time, and not everything is going to happen when you want it to. Understanding this allows you to approach situations with more patience and grace. Developing patience also requires self-compassion. There will be moments when you struggle with impatience, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself, and remember that patience is a skill that takes time to master. Over time, with practice, you will notice that you're becoming more patient, both with others and with yourself. Building patience in a fast-paced world is not about changing the world around you, but changing how you react to it. When you develop the ability to be patient, you become more resilient, peaceful, and able to navigate life's challenges with ease. You stop rushing through life and begin to savor the process, knowing that everything has its time. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how you wait and how you grow during the wait. Chapter 21. The connection between physical and emotional well-being. Your physical health and emotional well-being are deeply interconnected. The way you treat your body affects how you feel emotionally, and how you manage your emotions influences your physical health. The connection between these two aspects of well-being is undeniable, yet many of us overlook this relationship. When you prioritize your physical health, your mood, energy levels, and ability to cope with stress improve significantly. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep are all crucial elements that contribute to both your physical and emotional health. Exercise, for example, not only strengthens the body, but also releases endorphins, chemicals that promote feelings of happiness and relaxation. Even just a short daily walk can boost your mood and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. On the flip side, neglecting physical health can lead to negative emotional states. Poor nutrition, lack of exercise, and insufficient sleep can leave you feeling drained, irritable, or even depressed. It's important to understand that physical neglect can create a vicious cycle that negatively impacts your mental state. Emotional health, however, also plays a crucial role in physical well-being. When you're emotionally stressed, anxious, or depressed, your body responds in ways that affect your overall health. Stress, for example, can raise cortisol levels, which in turn can contribute to weight gain, headaches, and high blood pressure. Chronic stress can weaken the immune system, making it harder to fight off illnesses. The mental strain of unresolved emotions can also lead to muscle tension, poor posture, and sleep disturbances. Cultivating emotional well-being through practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and journaling can lower stress levels and protect your physical health. Managing your emotions doesn't just make you feel better mentally, it also helps your body function more effectively. A positive mindset has been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease, boost the immune system, and improve recovery times from illness or injury. Developing emotional intelligence can be transformative in balancing both physical and mental health. By learning to recognize, understand, and regulate your emotions, you can better cope with stress, build stronger relationships, and protect your physical health. One of the best ways to support the connection between physical and emotional well-being is to engage in activities that nurture both. Yoga, for instance, combines physical movement with mindfulness, helping to release emotional tension stored in the body. Eating well and staying hydrated also nourishes the body while providing the mental clarity needed to stay focused and positive. Creating a healthy routine that includes physical activity, rest, and emotional self-care is vital for maintaining balance in both areas. In order to achieve optimal health, you need to recognize the importance of both physical and emotional well-being. Taking care of your body can lift your mood, while nurturing your emotional health can help you stay strong in the face of physical challenges. Both elements work together to enhance your quality of life, making you feel better inside and out. Understanding and embracing this connection allows you to make choices that benefit your overall well-being, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. Chapter 22. The Basics of Financial Self-Control. Financial self-control is essential for creating long-term financial stability and peace of mind. The ability to manage your money wisely is not about restricting yourself, but rather about making intentional, thoughtful decisions that lead to better financial outcomes. One of the most crucial aspects of financial self-control is living within your means. This involves understanding how much money you bring in and how much goes out. Many people struggle with financial self-control because they prioritize immediate gratification over long-term financial security. Impulsive spending on things like trendy gadgets, expensive meals, or luxury items can easily derail your financial plans. The key to financial self-control is learning to delay gratification. Instead of purchasing something the moment you want it, take time to evaluate if it's truly necessary. Ask yourself whether the item or experience is worth the cost, and if it will contribute to your long-term happiness or goals. Budgeting is another cornerstone of financial self-control. Creating and sticking to a budget helps you track your income and expenses, ensuring you stay on top of your finances. A budget allows you to allocate money for essentials such as housing, food, and transportation, while also setting aside funds for savings and entertainment. It provides a clear view of your financial priorities and prevents you from overspending. Savings play a critical role in building financial self-control. Setting aside money for emergencies, future goals, or retirement ensures that you are prepared for unexpected expenses. Building a savings habit requires discipline, but the peace of mind it provides is invaluable. You don't need to save large amounts at once. Small, consistent contributions add up over time. Avoiding debt is another essential component of financial self-control. Debt can quickly spiral out of control, leading to stress and financial instability. It's important to resist the temptation to use credit cards or loans for purchases that you cannot afford. Paying off existing debt and using credit responsibly can help you regain control over your finances. One of the most powerful tools for financial self-control is setting clear financial goals. Whether you're saving for a vacation, a home, or retirement, having specific goals gives you something to work toward. This helps you stay focused and motivated, reducing the urge to make impulsive purchases. Another effective way to build financial self-control is to limit exposure to temptation. If you find that shopping apps, sales emails, or browsing online stores lead to unnecessary spending, consider removing those distractions. Surround yourself with reminders of your financial goals and prioritize experiences over material possessions. Ultimately, financial self-control is about making decisions that align with your values and future aspirations. It's about understanding that every financial choice you make today has a direct impact on your future. By practicing discipline, creating a plan, and staying committed to your goals, you can take control of your financial future and achieve the peace of mind that comes with it. Financial self-control isn't about perfection, it's about consistency and intentionality. Even small changes can lead to big improvements in your financial health over time. Chapter 23. Distinguishing needs from wants. In life, we are constantly bombarded with choices, many of which involve spending money. One of the most important skills to develop is the ability to distinguish between needs and wants. Needs are essential for survival, such as food, water, shelter, and healthcare. Wants, on the other hand, are non-essential desires that we often believe we cannot live without. The line between needs and wants can be blurry, especially in a society driven by consumerism and marketing. However, developing the ability to distinguish between them is crucial for maintaining financial stability and making smart decisions. A need is something that is necessary for your well-being. Without it, survival, health, or safety could be compromised. A want, while often tempting, is not necessary to your basic functioning. For example, a car might be a need if it's your only means of transportation to get to work, but the latest model with all the bells and whistles is a want. Understanding the difference between the two allows you to prioritize what's truly essential and avoid wasting money on things that don't serve your long-term goals. The first step in distinguishing needs from wants is to be honest with yourself. When you're about to make a purchase, ask yourself whether it's something you truly need or simply something that looks good in the moment. Needs are often tied to long-term security and well-being, while wants tend to be fleeting pleasures that provide short-term satisfaction. Another key aspect is understanding the consequences of meeting a need versus fulfilling a want. If you spend money on a need, you're investing in your health, happiness, or future. If you spend on a want, you may feel good temporarily, but that purchase doesn't contribute to your long-term goals. Learning to say no to wants is an important part of financial discipline. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a sale or the desire to keep up with others, but being able to step back and evaluate your priorities will keep you on track. This doesn't mean you should deny yourself everything you enjoy. It simply means understanding that some things can wait or are not essential right now. One way to make this distinction easier is by setting financial goals. When you have a clear picture of your long-term objectives, whether it's saving for a house, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund, you can more easily assess whether a purchase aligns with those goals. If it doesn't, you're likely to feel less tempted to buy. The process of distinguishing needs from wants also applies to the way we perceive our daily lives. Often, we confuse convenience with necessity. It's easy to justify ordering takeout because it's convenient, but cooking a simple meal at home is a much more cost-effective way to meet the need for nourishment. Similarly, many subscription services and digital products that seem necessary are often just luxuries. The ability to separate needs from wants also requires practicing mindfulness and intentionality. This means taking a moment before making a purchase to ask yourself whether the item will add value to your life, or if it's simply something to satisfy a temporary urge. Cultivating awareness in these moments can drastically improve your ability to prioritize your spending. Ultimately, distinguishing needs from wants empowers you to make smarter choices that benefit your financial health. By focusing on fulfilling your needs and limiting your wants, you create a foundation for financial independence and stability. With practice, this skill becomes second nature, helping you live a life that's both purposeful and financially secure. Chapter 24. The discipline of saving. Saving money is a discipline that requires commitment, consistency, and a clear understanding of your financial goals. It's not just about putting money away in a savings account. It's about making intentional decisions that align with your long-term security and happiness. The discipline of saving is one of the most powerful habits you can cultivate, and it doesn't require a large income to be effective. The key to successful saving is understanding the importance of delayed gratification. Instead of spending money as soon as you get it, saving involves prioritizing your future needs over immediate desires. This doesn't mean denying yourself everything you want, but rather learning how to balance present desires with future security. One effective approach to saving is automating your savings. By setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account, you make saving a priority before you even have a chance to spend. This system helps you build your savings effortlessly and ensures that you're consistently contributing to your financial future. Another crucial aspect of saving is having a clear goal in mind. Whether you're saving for an emergency fund, a down payment on a house, or retirement, having a specific target helps keep you focused. When you know exactly what you're working toward, it's easier to resist the temptation to make unnecessary purchases. The discipline of saving also requires creating a budget. A budget provides a clear picture of your income and expenses, allowing you to identify areas where you can cut back and allocate more towards savings. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, this may require making some sacrifices, such as reducing discretionary spending on things like entertainment or dining out. However, these sacrifices are temporary and lead to long-term financial freedom. It's important to remember that saving doesn't require you to put aside large sums of money at once. Small, consistent contributions to your savings can have a big impact over time. Even saving just a small percentage of your income each month can add up, especially when you take advantage of compound interest. The more you save, the more financial freedom you create for yourself. Another element of saving is creating an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and having a cushion to fall back on in times of unexpected expenses can prevent financial stress and prevent you from dipping into debt. An emergency fund should cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses, providing peace of mind in case of job loss, medical emergencies, or other unexpected situations. The discipline of saving also involves avoiding the temptation to dip into your savings for non-emergencies. It's easy to justify using your savings for a vacation, a new gadget, or other wants, but doing so defeats the purpose of building that financial cushion. Saving requires patience and a strong commitment to your future. It's about setting priorities, making smart choices, and staying consistent. Over time, the discipline of saving becomes ingrained in your routine, and you'll find that it's easier to resist unnecessary purchases and focus on your long-term financial goals. Saving money doesn't just give you security, it gives you freedom. It allows you to live life on your terms, without constantly worrying about bills or unexpected expenses. The discipline of saving is the foundation for financial independence, and with dedication, anyone can master it. Chapter 25. Budgeting for peace of mind. Budgeting isn't just about managing money. It's about bringing peace to your financial life. It's about having control over your spending and ensuring that you're working toward your goals without unnecessary stress. A budget isn't a punishment. It's a tool that empowers you to make smarter decisions and gives you confidence in your financial future. When you set up a budget, you create a roadmap for your money. Instead of wondering where it all went, you know exactly how much you can spend, save, and invest. It's not about restricting yourself, but rather about using your resources wisely. The first step to a budget is understanding your income. This includes not just your regular salary, but any side income, bonuses, or other sources. Knowing exactly how much money you have coming in helps you make informed decisions about what you can afford. Once you have a clear picture of your income, the next step is tracking your expenses. Categorize your spending, whether it's housing, utilities, food, or entertainment. By seeing where your money goes, you can identify areas that may need attention. Most people are shocked by how much they spend on things they don't really need. This knowledge is power. After tracking your expenses, you can make adjustments. This doesn't mean you have to give up everything you enjoy, but it's about making conscious choices. For example, eating out may be something you love, but if it's taking up too much of your income, you can plan meals at home more often without sacrificing your social life. A budget gives you permission to enjoy life within your means. It allows you to plan for things like vacations, entertainment, or any other big purchase, so when the time comes, you won't feel financially stressed. By regularly reviewing your budget, you can stay on track with your goals. It helps you adjust for changes in income or unexpected expenses, and gives you a chance to rethink your priorities if something isn't working. The peace of mind that comes from having a budget is priceless. It reduces anxiety, eliminates surprises, and gives you a sense of control over your financial future. With a budget in place, you're not just spending money, you're investing in your security and long-term happiness. If done right, budgeting becomes a habit that feels natural and empowering. It doesn't have to be difficult or restrictive, but rather it should feel like a supportive tool that helps you make decisions that align with your life goals. The confidence you gain from budgeting is what brings true peace of mind, and it's a skill that pays off in the long run. Chapter 26. Avoiding impulse purchases. Impulse purchases are one of the biggest obstacles to financial stability. They are driven by emotions, temptations, and a lack of foresight, leading to unnecessary spending that can quickly add up. Learning how to avoid impulse purchases is an essential skill that will not only save you money, but will also help you stay focused on your long-term financial goals. Impulse purchases are often triggered by emotions like stress, boredom, or excitement. When we feel down or want to reward ourselves, it's easy to justify a quick buy. The problem is, these purchases rarely add real value to our lives. Most of the time, they're fleeting satisfactions that leave us with buyer's remorse. To avoid this trap, it's important to pause and evaluate the need before buying anything. One strategy is to implement the 24-hour rule. When you feel the urge to buy something impulsively, wait for 24 hours before making the purchase. This simple delay can help you assess whether the item is truly necessary or if it's just an emotional reaction. Often, after waiting a day, the desire to buy fades and you realize the item wasn't worth it. Another powerful tool is having a shopping list. When you go to the store or shop online, make sure you know exactly what you need and stick to that list. It prevents you from getting distracted by items that catch your eye and might feel urgent at the moment. By keeping your focus, you reduce the temptation to spend money on things you don't actually need. Shopping with a clear purpose also helps you avoid wandering down unnecessary aisles or browsing products you aren't looking for. Impulse purchases are also influenced by marketing and sales tactics. Stores and websites are designed to tempt you into buying things you didn't plan for. Discounts, sales, and limited time offers are all designed to trigger a sense of urgency. However, most of these deals are not as urgent as they seem. Recognize these tactics for what they are: temporary offers designed to make you act quickly. The best way to combat them is to remember that not every sale is worth your attention. A great strategy to avoid these traps is to unsubscribe from store email lists or turn off push notifications from shopping apps. If you don't see the deals, you won't feel the pull to buy. Another way to avoid impulse spending is by setting a monthly spending limit for non-essential purchases. When you have a clear understanding of how much you can spend on fun or extra items each month, you're less likely to go overboard. Setting boundaries on your spending empowers you to make smarter decisions and stay within your means. Another trick is to make your purchases a conscious decision. Before buying, ask yourself whether the item will truly enhance your life or if it's just something you think you want in the moment. By actively questioning your choices, you stop yourself from buying out of habit or impulse. Recognize the difference between real needs and desires that pop up without warning. Impulse purchases don't just affect your wallet, they also affect your mindset. When you make mindful choices about what to buy, you take control of your financial journey. Each small decision adds up and leads to greater financial discipline over time. Avoiding impulse purchases doesn't mean depriving yourself. It means making intentional choices that align with your values and financial goals. With practice, you'll find that resisting temptation becomes easier, and you'll gain greater control over your financial future. Chapter 27. Investing in yourself wisely. Investing in yourself is the most valuable decision you can make. It's not just about putting money into stocks or properties, but about committing to your growth and development in all areas of life. The return on this investment will far outlast any financial gain. When you focus on yourself, you're ensuring long-term success, fulfillment, and happiness. One of the most impactful ways to invest in yourself is by acquiring new knowledge and skills. Whether through formal education or self-learning, broadening your skill set opens up endless possibilities. The world is constantly changing, and staying stagnant means getting left behind. But learning is not limited to academic knowledge. It includes personal growth. Reading books, attending seminars, or even watching educational content can help you expand your perspective and improve your life. Another way to invest in yourself is by taking care of your physical health. You can't perform at your best if you're not feeling your best. Eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep are crucial to your mental and physical well-being. When you take care of your body, you're setting yourself up for greater energy, productivity, and resilience. Investing in mental health is just as important. It's easy to neglect mental well-being, but it's essential for a healthy, balanced life. Meditation, mindfulness, and therapy are all great tools for strengthening your mental health. When your mind is clear and strong, you can handle challenges more effectively and make better decisions. Developing healthy habits and routines also plays a vital role in investing in yourself. A well-organized daily schedule allows you to prioritize what truly matters, avoiding distractions and unnecessary stress. Consistency is key when it comes to developing these habits. Small actions taken daily add up to massive results over time. Financial investment is also part of investing in yourself. While saving money is important, it's equally essential to allocate funds toward opportunities that can improve your life. Whether it's a fitness program, a business course, or a career coaching session, spending money on these things is an investment in your future. Investing in relationships is another important aspect. Surround yourself with people who motivate you, challenge you, and support your growth. Networking with like-minded individuals can open doors and create opportunities you might not have had access to otherwise. Investing in yourself doesn't mean focusing solely on your career or finances. It's about building a well-rounded, fulfilling life. Your personal happiness, mental well-being, and physical health should be prioritized, because when you feel good about yourself, everything else in your life will fall into place. When you consistently invest in yourself, you create a cycle of growth, improvement, and success that will propel you forward. You are the best asset you have, and every moment spent improving yourself is a step toward achieving your fullest potential. Remember, the more you invest in yourself, the more you're able to give to others and contribute to the world around you. Chapter 28. The emotional side of money. Money is often seen as a purely practical matter, but the emotional side of money is just as significant. Our relationship with money can deeply affect how we feel about ourselves and our choices. For many, money brings stress, anxiety, or even guilt, but learning to manage the emotional aspects of money can lead to greater financial peace and overall well-being. One of the strongest emotions tied to money is fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of losing what you've worked for, or fear of not being able to provide for yourself or your family can dominate your thoughts. These fears often lead to poor financial decisions, like avoiding important investments or living in constant financial scarcity. By acknowledging and confronting these fears, you can begin to make more rational, calculated decisions rather than acting out of panic. Guilt is another emotion many people experience when it comes to money. Whether it's guilt over spending money on non-essentials or feeling ashamed of financial mistakes, guilt can hold you back from making sound financial decisions. The key is to shift your mindset from guilt to growth. Instead of focusing on past mistakes, focus on learning from them and using them as stepping stones toward better choices in the future. Money can also create feelings of insecurity. We live in a society that often equates wealth with success and self-worth. If you feel like you don't have enough money, it can negatively impact how you view yourself. The truth is, your value is not determined by your financial status. Shifting your perspective and recognizing that you are worthy, no matter your financial situation, can free you from the pressure of keeping up with others. Another emotion tied to money is greed. While it's natural to want financial security, an excessive desire for wealth can lead to destructive habits and decisions. Greed often blinds people to the importance of balance, leading to impulsive spending, poor investments, and unethical behavior. It's important to recognize when the pursuit of money becomes an obsession and focus on finding fulfillment in areas outside of finances. The emotional side of money can also manifest as pride. Some individuals take pride in their financial independence and success, while others may be ashamed of their financial struggles. Both extremes can be harmful. Pride can lead to arrogance and a refusal to seek help when needed, while shame can lead to isolation and poor decision-making. A healthy relationship with money involves humility, self-compassion, and the understanding that money is a tool, not a reflection of your worth. Understanding the emotional side of money helps you gain control over your finances. It enables you to make better decisions, improve your financial habits, and achieve financial freedom without letting emotions take over. The key is to build emotional awareness and resilience, allowing you to respond thoughtfully to financial challenges. When you address the emotional aspects of money, you open the door to greater financial peace and fulfillment. By developing a healthy relationship with money, you'll be able to make sound decisions, prioritize what truly matters, and build a more secure and satisfying future. Chapter 29. Building long-term wealth through small daily choices. Building long-term wealth isn't about making big, risky moves or chasing get-rich-quick schemes. It's about making consistent, smart decisions every single day. These small daily choices add up over time, and when compounded, create the foundation for lasting financial success. The first step is understanding that wealth is not an instant result but a process. Each action you take today can either bring you closer to your financial goals or push you further from them. It's not always the flashy investments or major windfalls that shape your financial future. It's the simple, steady habits you develop. Start by tracking your expenses. Keeping a clear view of where your money goes helps you identify areas to cut back. Even small savings, like cutting down on coffee runs or unnecessary subscriptions, can lead to significant amounts of money saved in the long run. Over time, this can be redirected into savings, investments, or paying off debt. Another small daily choice that contributes to wealth building is developing a mindset of delayed gratification. In a world that often promotes instant satisfaction, learning to resist unnecessary temptations is key. Every time you choose to save instead of splurge, you're making an investment in your future self. Avoiding lifestyle inflation is another powerful wealth-building habit. As your income grows, it's easy to increase your spending in proportion. But true wealth comes from living below your means, regardless of how much money you make. Instead of upgrading your lifestyle with each pay raise, allocate those increases towards savings or investments. Investing in assets that appreciate over time is essential. This doesn't mean you have to start with huge sums. Even small, regular investments in the stock market or real estate can create significant wealth over decades. The key is consistency and patience. As you develop the habit of investing, even modest amounts, you'll witness the power of compound interest work in your favor. Building an emergency fund is another daily habit that can pay off in the long run. Having a financial cushion allows you to navigate unexpected expenses without derailing your financial progress. It also reduces stress, giving you the peace of mind that you're prepared for whatever comes your way. Learning to budget is another small but vital daily choice. Budgeting gives you control over your money, ensuring you can allocate funds toward the things that truly matter, like paying off debt or saving for future goals. Prioritize what's essential and create a plan for how to manage the rest. Making these choices may not always feel like they're moving the needle, but over time, they compound and lead to wealth. Each day that you make conscious financial decisions, no matter how small, brings you closer to long-term financial freedom. When you add up all the small steps you've taken, you'll realize that the consistent daily choices you've made have had a massive impact on your financial future. The wealth you build isn't just about numbers, it's about creating the lifestyle and security you've always wanted, one small choice at a time. Focus on building those small positive habits, and your future self will thank you. Chapter 30. The role of generosity in financial success. Generosity plays a crucial, often overlooked role in achieving financial success. Many people think of wealth as something to hoard, but true wealth is often found in the act of giving. Being generous doesn't mean giving away everything you have. It's about cultivating an abundant mindset and recognizing that sharing with others can create more opportunities for growth and prosperity. First, generosity helps foster a sense of gratitude. When you give to others, whether it's your time, money, or resources, it shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. This mindset of abundance rather than scarcity opens up doors to more opportunities. Giving allows you to feel more fulfilled, which can lead to greater happiness and financial success. It's also important to understand that generosity doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as helping someone with a small loan, mentoring someone, or donating to a cause you care about. The value lies not in the amount you give, but in the willingness to help. Generosity also builds strong relationships, and relationships are one of the greatest assets in business and wealth building. Helping others creates goodwill, trust, and a network of people who are more likely to support you in return. Whether it's sharing your knowledge, expertise, or resources, Helping others leads to reciprocal benefits that can boost your financial and personal growth. Furthermore, when you give, you open the flow of abundance into your life. Many successful individuals attribute their wealth not just to hard work but also to the law of giving and receiving. Giving creates a cycle of positivity that comes back to you in unexpected ways. The more you give, the more you receive. Generosity can also improve your mental well-being, which in turn can lead to better financial decisions. People who practice generosity often have a positive outlook, which helps them stay focused and motivated even during tough times. They view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, and this mindset helps them succeed financially. In addition, generosity is a great way to build your reputation. Whether you're giving back to your community, helping colleagues, or supporting a charitable cause, being known for your generosity helps build your brand and credibility. People are drawn to those who have a giving heart and are more likely to engage with them, whether personally or professionally. Giving, however, should always come from a place of genuine desire to help. It's not about expecting something in return, but about contributing to others' well-being. Generosity, when practiced selflessly, brings about a deep sense of fulfillment that money alone cannot provide. Whether you're helping others in your community or supporting a global cause, you create a ripple effect that not only benefits those around you, but also enriches your own life. True financial success is not just about accumulating wealth, it's about using that wealth to make a positive impact on others. By practicing generosity, you enrich not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you, creating a cycle of success and abundance. Chapter 31. Embracing accountability. Accountability is a cornerstone of personal growth and financial success. It's about taking ownership of your actions, both good and bad, and understanding that you are responsible for the results in your life. Without accountability, there's no real progress. When you embrace accountability, you stop blaming external factors and start looking at what you can control. It forces you to face the truth of your decisions and their consequences. Acknowledging where you've made mistakes or where things didn't go as planned is the first step in making necessary changes. Accountability pushes you to become better, stronger, and more intentional in your approach to challenges. One key element of accountability is being honest with yourself. You cannot grow if you're lying to yourself about the areas where you need improvement. If you want to get ahead financially, you have to be brutally honest about your spending habits, savings, and investment strategies. By acknowledging what's working and what's not, you can make informed decisions about where to focus your energy. Furthermore, accountability helps you set realistic and measurable goals. When you're held accountable for your actions, you are more likely to follow through on your commitments. Whether it's tracking your progress toward financial goals, sticking to a budget, or building new habits, accountability ensures that you stay on track. This is especially crucial when it comes to personal growth and wealth building. It's easy to get sidetracked by distractions, but when you have someone holding you accountable, whether it's a friend, mentor, or coach, you're more likely to stay focused and achieve your desired outcomes. Accountability also promotes discipline. If you're not holding yourself responsible for your actions, it's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination or complacency. The fear of disappointing others or failing in front of someone who expects more from you can be a powerful motivator to keep pushing forward. Another benefit of embracing accountability is the opportunity to learn from others. When you're accountable to someone else, you often receive constructive feedback. This feedback helps you refine your approach and make better decisions moving forward. Without this external input, it's easy to stay stuck in your ways, repeating the same mistakes. Accountability also creates a sense of urgency. When you have deadlines, expectations and commitments that you must meet. You can't afford to waste time. Procrastination is less tempting when you know someone is counting on you to succeed. The pressure to perform can bring out the best in you, pushing you to complete tasks and take action that might otherwise be delayed. Lastly, accountability reinforces your commitment to long-term goals. Financial success and personal growth don't happen overnight. It takes time, consistency, and dedication to build wealth and improve yourself. Being accountable ensures that you keep moving forward, even when progress feels slow. Accountability isn't about perfection, it's about consistent effort and learning from your mistakes. It's about making sure that your actions align with your goals and that you stay focused on the bigger picture. In the end, embracing accountability is one of the most powerful tools for success in life and in building wealth. Chapter 32. The Power of Consistency. Consistency is the silent force that drives lasting success. It's the secret ingredient that turns small actions into big results over time. Whether you're working toward personal growth, financial independence, or any other long-term goal, consistency is essential. The power of consistency lies in its ability to compound results. A single action may not seem significant, but when repeated over time, it can lead to massive change. Every day you wake up and take deliberate action, you're adding a brick to the foundation of your success. You might not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Consistency builds momentum. At first, progress may feel slow, but once the momentum kicks in, things start to accelerate. It's like pushing a snowball up a hill. It takes energy and effort in the beginning, but once it starts rolling, it gains speed and force. This is how consistency works in your life. One of the reasons consistency is so powerful is that it removes the need for perfection. You don't need to make huge leaps or see instant results every day. What matters is that you show up consistently, day in and day out. Whether it's saving a small amount of money, working on a side project, or practicing a new skill, consistency ensures that you keep moving forward. In terms of wealth building, consistency in your savings and investment habits can lead to financial freedom over time. You don't need to invest large sums of money all at once. What matters is that you invest consistently, even if it's just a small amount each month. Over time, your investments will grow, and compound interest will work in your favor. Consistency also helps you build discipline. When you commit to a goal and consistently take action, you develop the self-discipline needed to stay on track, even when you face setbacks. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, but true progress comes when you stay consistent during tough times. A major part of consistency is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. But those who succeed understand that challenges are part of the journey. They don't give up after a few failures. They keep showing up, day after day, and continue pushing forward. When you commit to consistency, you also build trust in yourself. The more you show up for your goals, the more you prove to yourself that you can rely on your own discipline and commitment. This self-trust is key to long-term success. Furthermore, consistency fosters patience. Success doesn't happen overnight, and consistency teaches you to be patient with the process. It's easy to get frustrated when you don't see immediate results, but consistency helps you understand that the small, steady steps you take today will pay off in the future. In every area of your life, consistency is the key to building lasting success. Whether you're trying to get in better shape, improve your finances, or develop new skills, consistency ensures that you're always moving forward, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The results may take time, but the power of consistency is undeniable. Stick with it, and the compound effect will do the rest. Chapter 33. Overcoming fear of failure. The fear of failure is one of the most powerful forces that hold people back from reaching their potential. It paralyzes individuals, making them avoid risks, opportunities, and even self-improvement. The truth is, failure isn't something to be afraid of, it's something to learn from. Failure is a natural part of the journey to success. Every successful person has faced failure at some point, and it's often those failures that shape them into the individuals they are today. The key is not avoiding failure, but learning to embrace it. When you shift your mindset and stop fearing failure, you open yourself to new opportunities. You realize that failure is just feedback, not a reflection of your worth. It's a moment to assess what went wrong and how you can improve next time. To overcome the fear of failure, you first need to change your perception of it. Instead of seeing failure as the end, view it as the beginning of a new lesson. Failure teaches you what doesn't work and helps you refine your approach until you find the right solution. One powerful way to overcome the fear of failure is by taking action. Fear often stems from overthinking, and the longer you think about taking a step, the bigger the fear becomes. The more you delay action, the more the fear grows. By taking small steps, even when you're uncertain, you take control of the situation. The more you act, the more confident you become in your ability to handle setbacks. Another essential part of overcoming fear is understanding that failure is not permanent. It doesn't define you or your future. Everyone experiences failures, and they don't mean that you are incapable or unworthy. They are simply experiences that guide you towards eventual success. Instead of focusing on the negative outcome, focus on what you can learn from it and how you can move forward stronger and wiser. Cultivating a growth mindset is critical in overcoming fear. A growth mindset allows you to see challenges as opportunities for growth. With this mindset, you understand that you can improve with effort and persistence, and you're not limited by your past mistakes. This mindset helps you see failure as a temporary setback rather than a permanent condition. To break free from the fear of failure, you must also take the pressure off yourself to be perfect. Perfectionism often fuels fear, as it sets unrealistic expectations and creates anxiety about falling short. Give yourself permission to be imperfect and understand that mistakes are part of the learning process. Don't allow fear to control you. Recognize it for what it is, a barrier that can be dismantled by taking consistent action, shifting your mindset, and embracing setbacks as opportunities to grow. The more you push past the fear, the more confident and capable you become. Overcoming the fear of failure is not easy, but it's essential for personal growth and success. When you stop fearing failure, you unlock your full potential, and nothing can hold you back. Chapter 34. Building strong relationships through communication. Communication is the foundation of every strong and meaningful relationship, whether it's with family, friends, co-workers, or romantic partners. Effective communication is key to understanding and connecting with others. Building strong relationships requires you to actively listen, express yourself clearly, and remain open to feedback. Good communication isn't just about talking. It's about creating an environment of trust and understanding. One of the most important aspects of communication is active listening. Listening is not just about hearing words, it's about truly understanding what the other person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. When you listen actively, you show the other person that you value their thoughts and feelings, which strengthens your bond. Another critical element of communication is clarity. To build strong relationships, It's essential to express yourself in a way that others can easily understand. Avoid assumptions and be direct when conveying your thoughts and feelings. Misunderstandings often arise when people fail to communicate their intentions clearly. It's also important to be mindful of non-verbal cues. Body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can all impact how your message is received. Often, the message we convey non-verbally is more powerful than what we say with words. When your body language aligns with your words, it creates a sense of authenticity and trust. To improve your communication, be open to feedback and encourage others to share their thoughts with you. Feedback allows you to see your blind spots and areas where you can improve. When you receive feedback without defensiveness, it shows that you respect the other person's perspective and are committed to improving the relationship. Effective communication also involves empathy. Putting yourself in the other person's shoes and understanding their emotions can lead to deeper connections. When you show empathy, you demonstrate that you care about their well-being and are willing to support them through their challenges. It's important to remember that communication is a two-way street. While you may want to express yourself, it's equally important to make space for others to share their thoughts and feelings. Make an effort to be present in conversations, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Avoid distractions and give the other person your full attention. In times of conflict, communication becomes even more critical. It's easy to shut down or become defensive when disagreements arise, but this only creates distance in the relationship. Instead of focusing on being right, focus on understanding the other person's perspective and finding a solution together. Open and honest communication can resolve misunderstandings and help strengthen relationships in the long run. Building strong relationships through communication requires patience, practice, and vulnerability. It takes time to cultivate the skills necessary to connect deeply with others, but the rewards are immeasurable. When you communicate effectively, you create a strong foundation of trust and mutual respect. These relationships become sources of support, growth, and shared experiences, enriching your life in countless ways. Chapter 35. Setting clear boundaries for personal growth. Setting boundaries is essential for anyone serious about personal growth. Boundaries help define who you are and what you're willing to tolerate in life. They act as guidelines for how others should treat you and protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Without clear boundaries, it's easy to fall into patterns of stress, resentment, and burnout. Personal growth starts with understanding your own needs and learning to say no when necessary. Many people struggle with setting boundaries because they fear disappointing others or being judged. However, without boundaries, you end up compromising your values, time, and self-respect. The first step in setting clear boundaries is knowing what you need. Take time to reflect on what makes you feel drained and what gives you energy. Identifying these things will help you create boundaries that protect your well-being. Boundaries are not about pushing others away. They're about protecting your inner peace and ensuring that your needs are met. It's also important to recognize that setting boundaries is an ongoing process. At different stages of your life, your boundaries may change based on new experiences, goals, or relationships. Don't be afraid to reevaluate and adjust your boundaries as needed. Another vital aspect of boundaries is learning to communicate them effectively. It's not enough to just decide what you need. You must also express those needs clearly to others. If you've been used to saying yes to everything, it may feel uncomfortable at first, but over time it becomes easier. Communication should always be respectful, but firm. You have the right to protect your space and prioritize your growth. It's important to remember that not everyone will understand or appreciate your boundaries. Some may try to push them, but standing firm is crucial. Being consistent with your boundaries shows others that you respect yourself and expect the same respect in return. Boundaries aren't just for dealing with people, they are also about managing your time and energy. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere, and it's easy to overcommit. Set clear boundaries with your time by scheduling breaks, prioritizing tasks, and learning to say no when necessary. One key aspect of boundary setting is knowing your limits. Understanding what you can handle and what you can't helps you avoid overwhelm. Overextending yourself can be harmful to your personal growth because it drains your resources. Setting boundaries allows you to focus on the things that matter most, like your health, goals, and personal development. By learning to set and maintain boundaries, you're giving yourself permission to grow. Boundaries protect your mental and emotional space, help you prioritize your own needs, and ultimately lead to a more fulfilling and successful life. Remember, boundaries are a form of self-care, and when you take care of yourself, you are better equipped to show up for others. Chapter 36. The importance of daily habits. Daily habits are the foundation of success. What you do every day shapes who you are and where you're going in life. Good habits compound over time, leading to significant personal growth and achievement, while bad habits can hold you back. It's not the big changes you make once in a while that define your success, but the small, consistent actions you take daily. When you focus on building positive habits, you create a routine that supports your goals. The key is consistency. If you make small improvements each day, they add up quickly, creating lasting change. Whether it's exercising, reading, or practicing mindfulness, these daily habits accumulate and have a profound impact on your life. Building daily habits starts with setting clear intentions. What do you want to achieve? Are your daily actions aligned with your goals? Without a clear vision, it's easy to fall into distractions and procrastination. Once you have a goal in mind, break it down into manageable daily tasks that bring you closer to it. One of the most important daily habits is taking care of your physical health. Exercise, sleep, and nutrition directly affect your energy levels and mental clarity. When you prioritize your health, you set the foundation for everything else. Good health leads to better productivity, creativity, and emotional stability. Another essential habit is time management. How you spend your time each day determines how much you can accomplish. Set aside specific blocks of time for important tasks and avoid wasting time on distractions. Prioritize your most important work first thing in the day when your energy is at its peak. The power of daily habits lies in their ability to make positive behaviors automatic. Over time, things like working out, eating healthy, or journaling become ingrained in your routine. Instead of having to think about them consciously, they become second nature. This reduces the mental effort required to make good choices. However, it's also important to understand that habits don't develop overnight. Building a new habit takes time, patience, and perseverance. Don't expect immediate results, but trust that your consistency will pay off in the long run. Accountability can also help strengthen your daily habits. Share your goals with someone who can check in on your progress and hold you accountable. Knowing that someone else is invested in your success can be a powerful motivator. Daily habits also extend to your mindset. Cultivate positive thinking by practicing gratitude, affirmations, or visualization every day. A strong mental attitude is essential for overcoming challenges and maintaining motivation on the journey toward your goals. The power of daily habits is immense, and when you commit to them, you begin to see a significant transformation in your life. Even small steps, taken consistently, lead to major progress over time. Your habits shape your identity, and when you adopt habits that align with your values and goals, you unlock your potential and set yourself up for success. Keep in mind that consistency is the key, and small positive actions every day will lead to massive results. Chapter 37. Embracing change and adaptability. Change is inevitable, and yet it's something many of us resist. We fear the unknown, worry about losing control, and dread stepping outside our comfort zones. But embracing change is essential for personal growth. When you resist change, you stay stuck in old patterns, limiting your potential. Adaptability, on the other hand, opens doors to new opportunities and experiences. The first step to embracing change is shifting your mindset. Instead of viewing change as something threatening, see it as a chance for growth. Every change, no matter how small, is a chance to evolve, learn, and become a better version of yourself. Change forces you to step up, push your boundaries, and test your limits. It challenges you to think differently and adapt to new circumstances. Embracing change requires a level of comfort with uncertainty. Life isn't always predictable, and trying to control everything only leads to stress. Accepting that change is out of your hands helps you let go of the need for control. You can't control the world around you, but you can control how you react to it. One of the keys to adaptability is flexibility. The ability to adjust your plans when things don't go as expected is crucial. When you're flexible, you're not rigid in your thinking or actions. You stay open to new possibilities and solutions, even when things seem difficult. Another important aspect of embracing change is learning to trust yourself. When you trust yourself, you know that you're capable of handling whatever life throws at you. You develop confidence in your ability to navigate through challenges and overcome obstacles. Trusting yourself helps you embrace change with less fear and more excitement. As you become more adaptable, you start to see change as an opportunity for improvement. Whether it's a change in your career, your relationships, or your personal goals, you begin to view it as a stepping stone to something better. Adaptability also involves a willingness to learn. Every new situation brings new lessons. If you approach change with a learning mindset, you can turn challenges into valuable experiences that shape your growth. Change can also be uncomfortable, and that's okay. Growth often happens in discomfort. If you always stay in your comfort zone, you'll never experience the rewards that come with pushing yourself to adapt. To thrive in an ever-changing world, it's essential to be proactive. Don't wait for change to force you into a new direction. Instead, seek out opportunities to embrace change on your own terms. Embrace it in your career, your personal life, and your mindset. The more you practice adaptability, the more resilient you become. In the face of uncertainty, adaptability becomes your greatest asset. It gives you the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. Embrace change as a tool for growth and an opportunity to live a more fulfilling life. When you embrace change, you empower yourself to create the future you desire. Chapter 38. Learning to trust yourself. Trusting yourself is one of the most powerful tools you can have in your personal growth journey. Yet, many people struggle with self-doubt, second-guessing, and a lack of confidence. Learning to trust yourself means believing in your ability to make decisions, handle challenges, and navigate life's ups and downs. It starts with accepting that you are not perfect, but that you are capable. No one has all the answers, and mistakes are part of the process. Trusting yourself doesn't mean never failing. It means trusting your ability to handle failure and learn from it. One of the first steps in trusting yourself is developing self-awareness. The more you know about yourself, the way you think, your strengths, and your weaknesses, the better equipped you'll be to make decisions that align with your true desires. Self-awareness helps you avoid acting out of fear or external pressures. instead guiding you to follow your own path. Trusting yourself also means listening to your intuition. Your inner voice often knows what's best for you, even when logic doesn't back it up. Intuition is a form of wisdom that comes from your experiences, values, and deep understanding of yourself. When you trust your intuition, you honor that wisdom and let it guide your actions. Trusting yourself also involves letting go of the need for validation from others. It's easy to look for approval, but constantly seeking it can prevent you from making authentic choices. Your worth isn't determined by the opinions of others. When you stop seeking external validation, you can start making decisions that are aligned with your values and goals. Another key aspect of self-trust is practicing self-compassion. Being kind to yourself when things don't go as planned is essential. Instead of criticizing yourself for mistakes, offer yourself the same understanding and support you'd give to a friend. Self-compassion allows you to bounce back more quickly and keep moving forward without being weighed down by regret. Trusting yourself also requires taking responsibility for your actions. When you own your decisions, good or bad, you empower yourself to grow. Blaming others or making excuses only keeps you stuck. By taking responsibility, you take control of your life. As you build self-trust, you also learn to set boundaries. You begin to trust your judgment when it comes to what is best for you, and you protect your time, energy, and well-being by saying no to things that don't serve you. Self-trust grows when you follow through on your commitments. When you make promises to yourself and keep them, you reinforce your belief in your own abilities. Consistently following through builds confidence and strengthens your trust in yourself. Remember, trusting yourself is a journey, not an overnight achievement. It takes time, practice, and patience. The more you trust yourself, the more you'll realize how capable you are. Every decision you make, no matter how small, adds to your confidence and self-assurance. Trust yourself, and you'll find that you are stronger and more resilient than you ever imagined. Chapter 39. Mastering Time Management. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Yet most of us fail to use it effectively. Mastering time management is about making intentional choices with the time you have. It's not just about filling your day with tasks, but prioritizing the right ones. To master your time, you need to start by identifying what matters most to you. If you're constantly busy but not moving closer to your goals, you're wasting time. Start with clarity. Know your objectives and break them down into manageable steps. A clear roadmap helps you focus on tasks that will push you forward, rather than getting lost in busy work. One effective method to manage time is the Pomodoro technique. This involves working in short, focused bursts, followed by short breaks. It helps maintain energy and keeps you productive throughout the day. The key to this method is resisting distractions. In a world full of notifications and constant interruptions, controlling your environment is crucial. Turn off unnecessary alerts, silence your phone, and create a workspace that allows you to focus. Prioritization is at the heart of good time management. Not all tasks are equally important, so learning to differentiate between urgent and important tasks is vital. It's easy to get caught up in reacting to things that seem urgent, but they may not be aligned with your long-term goals. Take time each day to evaluate your to-do list and focus on what truly moves you forward. You also need to learn to say no. Time is limited, and if you spread yourself too thin, you won't have the energy or focus to give your best to anything. Saying no doesn't mean rejecting opportunities. It means protecting your time for what matters most. Successful people often maintain tight schedules, but they also build in time for rest and relaxation. Don't mistake constant hustle for progress. Without rest, your productivity will drop, and your creativity will be stifled. Schedule downtime just as you would a work task. Time management also involves learning to delegate. You don't have to do everything yourself. Find ways to share the load, whether that's by delegating work to others or using tools and systems to streamline tasks. Technology can be a powerful ally in time management. Use apps or planners to keep track of your goals, deadlines, and tasks. Automating repetitive tasks or setting reminders can save you precious minutes each day. It's essential to be flexible with your time management plan. Things will come up that you didn't expect, and plans may change. The ability to adapt while staying focused on your overall goals is what separates effective time managers from those who constantly feel behind. Reflect on your time management strategies regularly. What's working? What's not? Are there any habits or tools that could be improved or replaced? By making time management a priority and practicing it daily, you'll see improvements in both your productivity and your sense of control over your life. The key is consistency and being mindful of how you spend each moment. Time is finite. Make sure you're using it wisely to create the life you want. Chapter 40. The role of self-care in personal success. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for achieving personal success. Many people think of self-care as pampering themselves with massages or spa days, but it goes much deeper than that. It's about maintaining your physical, mental, and emotional well-being so that you can show up as your best self in every area of life. Without self-care, you burn out, lose motivation, and your productivity suffers. At its core, self-care is about balance. It's easy to get caught up in the grind, pushing yourself harder and harder, but eventually this leads to exhaustion. Taking care of your body is the first step. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and adequate sleep are the foundations of good health. When you take care of your body, you have the energy and vitality to tackle challenges head-on. Another critical aspect of self-care is mental health. Just as you wouldn't neglect a physical injury, you shouldn't ignore the needs of your mind. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or journaling to clear your head and reduce stress. Regular mental health check-ins help you stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. Emotional well-being is equally important. Success is not just about external achievements, it's about feeling good about who you are. Develop healthy relationships with others, set boundaries, and prioritize activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Make time for hobbies or interests outside of work. Nurturing your emotional health allows you to deal with life's challenges without letting them derail you. Self-care also includes learning to say no. People-pleasing and taking on too much is a surefire way to burn out. When you say yes to everything, you're saying no to yourself. Recognize that it's okay to put your needs first and set limits when necessary. In addition to physical and emotional care, self-care involves taking time to relax. Your mind and body need time to rest and recharge. Schedule regular breaks, weekends off, and vacations to ensure you're not constantly in work mode. It's in these moments of relaxation that your creativity and problem-solving skills thrive. Self-care also involves taking ownership of your personal development. Invest in learning, growing, and improving yourself. Whether it's through reading, taking courses, or learning new skills, ongoing personal growth enhances your ability to succeed. Don't neglect your spiritual well-being either. Whatever that means for you, whether it's connecting with nature, engaging in your religious practices, or taking time for reflection, it can provide a sense of purpose and perspective that helps you stay focused on your goals. Consistency is key when it comes to self-care. It's not something you do once and forget about. It's an ongoing practice. Make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. By prioritizing your well-being, you create a strong foundation for success. Success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about how you feel while you're on the journey. Take care of yourself, and the path to success will be smoother and more rewarding.